Welcome to In Hindsight, where we showcase local New Mexico businesses and events. We debate about the hot topics, and are you the Iho?
Uh,
And I'm
Hi.
your host, Day.
This is Dina. I'm your host, Dina.
And always we have Octo and Rita. So I think today we're going to talk about, once again, food.
Okay, well, food is always the top of the subject.
I know. So we actually just found out about this place because it used to be a sushi place, but someone took it over and now it's a Szechuan place. So most people usually know what Szechuan is. So it's usually it's Chinese food, but there's a county, I guess what you could call county. There's a province, part of China, that like specializes in spicy stuff, and it's in Szechuan, and that's why it's called Szechuan.
I thought it was the little chili pepper, that part of it.
Because that's where they grow them.
Okay.
So what usually like wherever they grow them, it's like so a lot of like the Szechuan dishes are usually in the spicy side. But what I like about this restaurant is that I mean not everybody can eat like spicy stuff. My husband had to be integrated to eating spicy slowly but surely.
Aw.
But now he's actually fairly good.
Yeah.
You know, he's like he can actually handle his heat a little bit. But like they have like dumplings and buns that are like not spicy like this one. It was really good.
What kind of dumplings are those? They look really good.
They were pork, I believe. This one that we like the one that we got was pork, but I think they have different fillings. My favorite is like I love eggplant. I'm an eggplant person.
Yes.
So they have this like dish of like eggplant and mushroom, like ear mushroom.
Is that what this is?
Yes, and also tofu, but you can get it in like different protein. So I just like love tofu in Chinese food. Just always been.
I do
Yeah.
love eggplant myself.
And they have I think it was like a sizzling eggplant with tofu. But
Okay.
you can get it with whatever protein. And then they have like a spicy shrimp. So like they kind of deep fried the shrimp. And I think I told you that's just like, you know, how, like you go to a restaurant and they give you like 6 shrimp.
Yes.
You know what I mean? No,
So disappointing.
they pack like I think like there's about like maybe 12 to 15 shrimp in there, and it's not like the little tiny like it's a good sized prawn.
Yes.
So for like I think it was like $13. That's a pretty good value,
That
especially
is
now because like
great.
takeout is getting expensive, going out is getting expensive.
Okay, so eating at McDonald's is like $15. So if you're paying for shrimp $13.99, hello.
I know.
There's the value.
I ate it
Better
twice
food.
yesterday, and I still have leftovers.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah, and it's like this is our third time going there because it's like 5 minutes away from our house. So we definitely like it, and I think they're fairly new business because like I said, it's like before it was a sushi restaurant, and then I think now it's like a Szechuan restaurant, and it's nice because like we have like a Chinese restaurant close to us that's actually walking distance. So like now we have a Chinese American restaurant, and we also have like a Szechuan, like Chinese authentic restaurant.
Now you're just going to be going around the block doing the rounds.
Oh yeah.
Pick up
Totally.
the rice from Sichuan.
Oh no, I make my own rice because
I'm just kidding.
Them rice.
Oh well,
them
see,
rice
like I
getting
said, going
expensive too.
around doing the rounds.
No, that's what my husband had to do the other day. Like he had to pick up like a milkshake here and my food here.
Oh, you're
and the
spoiled
pastry.
rotten. I am too. I can't say my husband won't do the same because he does. But good food is what it is. Good
Yeah.
food.
You can, and honestly, like something that like 2 people can eat and still have leftovers. That says a lot.
Do they have desserts? Tell me they have something sweet.
They do have desserts. They have those little mochi with the ice cream inside. I just like and they also have like bubble teas and stuff.
Yeah.
And kids love those things.
They
I
do.
love those things, but I haven't tried their dessert quite yet because I have a lot of dessert in my house. So I mean, you've seen my pantry. So it's like that's never a problem in my house.
Right.
So it's just like I do love Asian pastries but like I said, it's like the problem also is like things adds up so fast. So like you order like 2 things and then you add something and then before you know it, it's like $75, and you're
I
like,
know. That's crazy.
So it's like $75,
For just dinner?
Uh-huh.
It's not so bad. I mean, seriously, if you think about it, because if it lasts you like a couple of days, you just cut that in half and know that, you did pretty good.
No, I know, but it's still, most people can be like spending $75 in
But
like
people
one or
do.
two meals. But
It's just like even going to the grocery store, you spend $100 just buying dinner or like food for the day.
I actually just like kind of limit buying fresh vegetables now because they're getting more expensive, and I've been getting frozen vegetables
Oh,
because the frozen vegetables are actually, they're not like cheaper,
yeah.
but they're still like not, and also like fresh vegetables, they will go bad faster.
Let's get to the fun stuff. What are we doing for fun this summer? Do you know of anything for fun this summer?
I mean, pool. I love community pools.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I thought you meant pool like with sticks.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, like pool.
Yes.
Pool. And also like what I found is like a lot of the community pools in Albuquerque is indoors.
Yeah.
And also they have slides.
Yes.
Which is like, I think most kids, if you say they're going to the pool, they're not really like, is there a slide? Is it inside? It's more like, pool!
No, that's not true. They will love the slides. They do.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah, they do, and it's nice. And it's like amusement parks are also getting expensive.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they'll go on the slide. I'm just saying they're excited about the slide.
They like the option.
Well, yeah, because you think about it, like, maybe I'm ready. Maybe I'm ready to go down that slide.
Yeah.
And they get there and, no, I'm not. But they'll do the swimming. But they are excited about the slides in the pools. Yeah.
They're so cute. But your kiddos also have like different age range.
Yeah.
So, I think also like there are certain things, like the littlest one, sometimes they just like, it gets like very daunting. Because even I seen like little kids, like they go like excited all the way up, and then they get there and they're like, no.
Oh, well, maybe not. I've done it. Have you? I've done it. I did it off the high dive when I was swimming.
I would never do that. I just don't. I don't even know how to do cannonballs. So it's like, yeah.
You got to learn how to do a cannonball. I can
don't.
show you that. That's easy.
I love slides. Like, don't get me wrong. I love slides. I'm not a beach person. I know. I grew up in an island. But it's just like not my thing. It's like, salty, and like it stings my eyes, and then the sand goes everywhere. And what am I going to do? Tan?
Oh, my.
I already tan. Like, I just get really dark, and then now I have to buy a new foundation. And it's like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
and
I
then
get
it's
it.
just
I get
hot.
it.
Yeah.
I get it. I love the beach, though. I do love the beach. I love the sand. I love it all.
But you don't have any in here.
No.
The tingly beach.
The tingly beach.
It's not a tingly beach.
Yeah.
It is a man-made.
But I do believe that I do want to make a little travel to like South Padre Island in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Down there, and that might be fun. But you always have to check the water and see what the details are around there, because it's like part of the bay, that Florida, all that.
Oh, yeah, I can see
So
that.
you got to see about that. But other than that, I love going to the beach. I don't care where it's at.
Yeah.
I really do like
See,
it.
it's like now as we're talking about like things to do in the summer, and we're like talking about like nostalgia stuff of like now we're like heading to the thousands, right?
Right.
And then like I think that
2000s,
yeah,
yes, we're in there.
2000s, yeah. That's when like really technology is really just like really, really crazy. Because 90s it's kind of there, but then like thousands is like the Apple era.
Right.
That's when like Apple just like takes, I feel like everybody like had to have an Apple, right? Like you have to have the like the first one, they were like those really cute cover.
Oh, I
You know what
love
I'm talking
them. Oh my
about?
gosh, yes.
Like the blue ones and the orange ones, and
and
then
the pink ones, they
Yeah.
had different kinds, yes.
and then they had the like that's when they're wrapping up like iPods, like it becomes like the big iPods, and then it became like an iPad Nano, and then it became like an iPad
The
shuffle.
little shuffle mini.
Yeah, the little yeah.
Yes.
So it's just like, and then I think that's also when smartphones are really like smartphones.
That's when I really truly started believing in the little Apple. And the reason why is because I was a runner, and I would run and my discs wouldn't slip. things wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So when that didn't happen, I loved Apple. At that point, it was like it was the best product ever.
Yeah. I think like that's also like I said, like technology wise, that's when it just like really, really crazy revved up.
Do you remember the little palm phone?
Oh my God. Because like remember we had like the BlackBerry.
Yeah, that's one.
Right?
There's this little palm. They called it the palm.
The
for
Palm,
mine.
yeah. I had one of those, and then like we had the BlackBerry, and then like slowly but surely, like Apple was just like phasing out phones like crazy.
Right. Well, that's what, before I had my Apple, I had that palm phone, and I could do anything on that phone. Anything. It was amazing. Paperwork. I was actually good at it. And then I got an Apple.
Yep.
After that, I had Apple from the rest of the time. But, I mean, I do like Samsung and all the others. But I just find it easier for myself, not for everybody else, but for me. Apple is the way to go.
Yeah, it is like, that's what I tell people, is that it's convenient to have an Apple, especially if you're doing like cross platforms to like your laptop, or like you have an Apple Watch and all that stuff. And then like also it's really hard sometimes to like cross over messages, but I think they're changing it now. Because like when I message iPhone users, it usually goes really fast.
Yes.
But then if I message my husband who has an Android, sometimes I have to resend it or he doesn't even get it. And I'm just like, I don't understand.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. So I think I'm just like, but it's a phone. But like camera phones now, like also that's when like camera phones are starting to just actually be a thing. Because before that you have to have a camera.
Right.
And then now, unless you're like a professional photographer, like I feel like it's so convenient to even use my phone now to like take pictures and videos and stuff, that it doesn't, like, I don't want to get a camera and then load it to my laptop, and then that's too much. You know what I mean? I literally like Instagram or Facebook, and then I just cross it on all different platforms, and like I don't have to worry about it. It just automatically just does it by itself. And I think that's why like it's really interesting to see the progression of just like, I mean, I can't even imagine, like, you know how like you see all those people that like turns like 102. You know, I can't even imagine what their life was like seeing like such progress. It's like watching the Jetsons when I was young. You know,
was
when
easy.
they have like the talking robot and they have the flying cars, you know.
Life was easy.
Well, it is and it isn't, I think. Because I think life was simpler, but also not convenient.
What's convenient? What's convenient?
What's convenient, Dina, is the
Yes.
fact that like I push this button and 2 days later I get stuff. Well,
Shopping is convenient.
what are you talking about? What is convenient?
What is convenient?
Convenient is like people now don't have to literally go to McDonald's. They can just like push this app and
Okay.
food shows up in their house.
So get this. What's wrong with me liking the fact that I like the camera? I like what it looks like. I like that it came from somebody, right? It came from somewhere. It was created. And now it's all packaged in this little device.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like that's what nostalgia is all about. But you gotta like, for you to move forwards, you have to accept what's coming.
Well, of course. Yeah,
And
I
it's just
agree
like-
with you on that. Yeah.
And also, people made this. It didn't just like poof. People make the components, everything else that comes with it, the phone and whatever's inside and the covers, and now these things that we have to carry around to make sure it doesn't die, you know, and also like the thing that we use to like charge it in our house so it doesn't die while we're in our house, you know.
Yes.
All of these things are still made by people.
But don't you feel a little dependent?
I am dependent on it. That's why like have you seen those like phone jails now? There's like a device, like a thing where you can put your phone in there and then you can't open it. You have a timer on it. And then you can't open it.
It's a locking case for
yes,
the phone?
for your phone.
Like you can actually get grounded from it.
Yes.
Wow.
So
I
like-
do. I get grounded actually. I get grounded one time at just 2 weekends ago. I couldn't get in my phone. Microsoft booted me out for 2 days because I put the wrong password in.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And I know what the password is.
Yeah.
But it said I had the wrong password.
Well, the thing also that's like really hard is because when you lose your phone, because everything is in there, which is also prominent now, is like, don't get me wrong, but like Apple Pay and like Samsung Pay is like so convenient now. Because you just like tap your phone.
So
and
then you don't even need a credit card.
No, my credit card is in my phone. Like when I do Uber, I literally just like, and it's paid, and then I tip.
You know, pretty soon we'll just be doing this for virtual husbands.
Have you seen
I don't know.
what is that Netflix show?
I
So
don't-
like there's like a Netflix show where like they kind of like show like how, you know, like the future will be, or like different episodes on like how crazy it would be. One of the episode is kind of like a social media thing where to move up into a society you have to have certain likes to get a job that you like, to get a house that you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like you're, you know, so like if you go to a restaurant and they look at your profile and like, oh, I'm sorry, but like your rating.
You don't have enough likes to
Yes,
be in this restaurant.
Exactly. It's
oh my
almost
God.
like it's almost like a credit score for your life.
Wow.
So
So you have to be liked.
yeah. So like so the premise is that when you walk out of the door, right? You like smile to your neighbors because then they like you know, right? Or you're nice to your barista and then they like you, and it's like a credit score, but it's like a social media style.
I don't like that.
And then another one,
I don't
yeah.
like
So there's
it.
another one where this girl put in the actual phone in her head. So like she actually like calls people like unattached of her finger, or you know, it's like I'm talking to you right now in my head. I'm calling you right now in my head.
That would be so weird. Do you see that actually happening?
I mean, people are actually putting microchips now in their body to like scan themselves in the office. Not here, but like
But why?
because it's just easy to not lose it. They already have it.
Okay, I'm not getting into a political thing. Me personally, not going to happen. Anyone in my family, I would truly say, please, please, please do not attach yourself to a number. It's not a good thing. I mean, not for me.
I know, but that's the thing. It's just like that's where, like, have you ever thought, like, me, right? Have I ever thought that my 21-year-old self that had a little razor, right, that flips,
Yeah.
that like you can barely text on it because it's that stupid, like, you know when you try to like put in and search and like password on your stupid Netflix, you have to like you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
it wasn't
yes, yes.
like easy. It wasn't like just like, you know, like the kids now.
Yeah.
Or like now you can even talk to your phone and then it just
It
sends
just
to
does it
people,
for you. It just
right?
does it for you, yes.
Right? Like, have I ever thought that like my little 21-year-old self with a razor will have now a phone that like I can check my email into and create a website and you
No,
know.
see, I don't even know what that imagination was. I had a brick, a big brick. And I was happy. I thought I looked cooler than I thought I looked cool.
Yeah.
I like really, I didn't put anything on it though, but it was an ugly color. It was
Yeah.
like all of them were the same.
I feel like this thing is like, have you seen that show called A Simple Life with Paris Hilton and Nicole?
No, I haven't, but I will look into that.
So like that was like so like the premise of it is like at the time they were, you know how like Aries was like they're all kind of like climbing up in the social rankings kind of thing, and like page 6 is really big. So like they made a show where they go to like rural areas of the country, right, and stay with this family that's like very far from like what they know, like because they live in LA. So like I remember this one episode where, you know, the family were talking like, oh, we're gonna go to Walmart, you know, and Paris was just like,
Oh my
what's a
God.
Walmart? Is that where you get like your wallpaper or something? And that's what it is. And like they have no idea how to do anything. Like they had to like milk cows, and they're just like, it's just like a lot of like crazy shenanigans because there were like city LA girls
Right.
trying to like figure out that kind of, or like Wife Swap, right? Remember Wife Swap?
Oh yes,
Like
I loved Wife Swap.
I know. It's like that's when reality TV also like starts, like My Sweet 16.
Yes.
Oh my God. I remember it's just like, I can't believe my mom wouldn't let little Chris play on my birthday. I can't believe I couldn't get a tiger. All I wanted was a red Corvette and they didn't even give it to me. My birthday is ruined. This is my Sweet 16 birthday. Like, remember like reality TV, like Housewives, that's when they all started.
Right.
Oh, Pimp My Ride. Like
Oh, Pimp My Ride.
Oh my God. And what else? What
They
was
did
like
pretty good.
there was another show. What was it, that show on TV? Like you go to like celebrity houses. They go to celebrity houses and like show their house.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, and it's it's like and then there was like Girls Gone Wild.
Yes.
Oh my God. Like
That was, I couldn't believe that they were showing that yet. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, so it's just like, I think,
But I mean, it was good because it was a hit, so.
but yeah, it's just like even forget about like just like music and movies and that's when also like movies, like you said, it's just like my nephews are never gonna be able to, appreciate like Jurassic Park. The OG Jurassic Park is even like old now compared to like the ones that they have now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right?
The first Jurassic Park,
I mean, it was
Yeah.
such a marvel to just be like the idea of like a T-Rex, and then now it's just like everything CGI.
yeah. Oh, we know how you made that. We know what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just
But
like,
I mean, I still enjoy Jurassic Park no matter what.
Yeah.
From the beginning all the way through.
yeah. So it's like, I remember like when The Matrix came out,
Oh, yeah.
that was like such a big thing, like with the bullet thing, right?
That was all, what is that? That's, do you think a computer can do that?
Who knows? But like all I know is just like this is a really
That was a cameraman and people actually doing that and stunt people and like all this back then.
yeah.
Now they just,
I mean, they still have but that's the rise of the CGI. That's when we really, see things that like we never thought that like you can do in the movies.
yeah.
So like I said, it's just like, yeah, kids are never gonna appreciate that, and I'm happy because they don't have to deal with like crappy CGI.
All the,
You know what I
all
mean?
the changes.
When I actually watch a movie, I'm like, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, you can actually definitely see the difference now.
No.
Oh, definitely see the difference.
And it's like the possibilities is also like pretty. I mean, like when Avatar came out. Oh my God! Like the idea of blue people, like you know what I mean? It's just like those. I think those are also like different milestones that had to be hit because like I said, people were just like. I love nostalgia, but like to be like back in my day, no. If you compare the Avatar that they made for the first one and the second one, I mean, Avatar 1 is definitely ahead of its time. But Avatar 2, I mean, it was pretty good. I liked it. I think it was really Oh, Titanic. I mean, remember Titanic?
Yeah. I loved Avatar. I loved Avatar 1 and Avatar 2. I can't stop. I have both movies on DVD. And I have bought them. I don't care. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
And then now we can't even watch movies that's like under 2 hours.
And blue people, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
And for them to connect to nature, why not?
I mean, I think it's all cool all
I love
together.
it. That's a me show for sure.
Yeah.
And
then,
now they have the Avatar, like, series? Isn't there a series out now?
Maybe.
I think there is.
Yeah. So,
Anyway.
yeah. And it's just like that's the thing. It's just like I can't even imagine. I mean, even my dog has an AirTag. I know where my dog is at all times. I mean, does Ryan does my husband wants to check it every minute? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, why are you even checking it? Like he's literally upstairs. Like he's not gonna go anywhere. He's living a very, very cushy life. He knows.
Does he?
He knows he's spoiled.
Yes.
You know, he was a dog of the streets. He lived in the streets. You know?
What is that called when you live in the streets? You have street smarts.
Street cred.
Yeah, you
He had
have
street cred.
Yeah.
You know, he was a dog at the street. And then now he's like getting beef and chicken and
All
salmon
spoiled,
oil,
rotten.
allergy medicine for different treats that mommy makes him because he has a personal chef, his own can of whipped cream, his own container of peanut butter. Like
Some of these puppies are so lucky.
He's been living the life. He has his own tent. Like this is his tent in my house, filled with plushies and pillows.
Oh, is
And-
he behaving with them now?
Oh no, he does. He has his own little his own mattress in the backyard.
Yeah.
He's been living the life.
Oh.
I mean, he has no bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I see it. I hear it.
yeah, that's the life. You know? And it's just like, that's the thing, like I said, it's just like, I can't even imagine. But now it's just like, you know, the fact that like we stream things, the advent of like Netflix.
Yes.
Just remember Blockbuster. You go to Blockbuster, you rent the DVD, you get a snack, or you go to the movies.
But that was the fun part, like going to go get it, getting the movie, renting all the stuff. But now it's easy. But I guess you just have the stuff at home. You just adapt. Like I said earlier, you just adapt.
You just have to adapt. And also, if you think about it, like accessibility. There was a lot of things that like not accessible to people, like going to the movies.
Oh,
the
true.
fact that like to have caption in the movies are still a pain. Like, how you gonna tell me that I get like automatic caption in YouTube? Like, if I get caption in the movie, sometimes it doesn't even sync. Like, get out of here! Get out of here! Like, I pay twice as much.
Well, it works out that way. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And then like television, like think about like how good are TVs now. That
TVs are amazing now.
Not even that, like projectors.
Smart TVs.
Yeah.
I do have a projector TV.
Yeah, so it's like, I think like accessibility is definitely like better. And I know like people are gonna say, it's just like, well, you know, social media is like depressing. We've been depressed for like, I mean, even
We're done being depressed.
I know, but think about it. It's just like, you know, even back then with like books and stuff, people were still depressed. It's just like, I think with the advent of social media, it's more accessible. You know?
Yes.
Because like before, like my family in the Philippines, I don't know how they be living. I don't. I kind of know, but I don't. Like, you know, you do, like, you call them in your long distance payphone, you know what I mean? Like, you buy
Well, now
those
you got
cards.
the FaceTime.
Yeah, now you have FaceTime.
And
now-
you have the Zoomer. And you have, what else, the other one thing? Like even paperwork you can sign on this thing, which is amazing. The DocuSign or whatever it's called. I mean, well, there's a lot of different kinds, but
Yeah.
those are the ones I know of.
Yeah.
I do enjoy my music. I do enjoy watching TV. Everything does this. Everything. Everything I do does this. It will even measure a yard for me. Tell me how many square feet a house is, you know, things like that. How long of a pipe do I need for water? What the PSI is on pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I get very impressed with this device.
Yeah.
But I guess I miss all the other devices too, because I had the pleasure of having
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, that's true. And I think it's good also because I feel like there are probably going to be like some things that's not going to phase out. But it's definitely convenient to have everything on your phone, but also sucky when you lose it because like, everything's in there. My
Who's
stuff
the
is in there.
a-hole for today?
So this is also interesting because it's like a nostalgia thing, but not
Okay.
on the decade. It's more like nostalgia. So am I the a-hole for telling my dad his favorite Christmas memory is one of my least favorite? So it's interesting because it's nostalgic for his dad, right? So he has his own perspective. Like the dad has a perspective and he has his own perspective of the same memory.
Right.
So these are always like the interesting ones. So when I, 21 female, was 8, my mom died. 2 years later, he was married again. That first Christmas after he remarried, I asked my dad if he could spend a few hours Christmas Eve at the lake we used to go to every year with my mom, just the two of us. He said sure, but then brought his wife and her 2 kids along, and we spent it together. I was so upset and mad, and it ruined the intention of going to have one last moment where it felt like it was just the three of us. Not really, but it brought a closeness when we went there, just the two of us, and I wanted it one last time. I always made it known it wasn't what I wanted, and my dad knew I was mad, but he always talked about how that was one of his favorite Christmas memories because it brought back our first family Christmas. I always wondered if he was talking like that to try and convince me that I felt the same way because he always ignored my feelings on it. Anyways, I was talking to him for a little while yesterday and he brought up the memory again, and I asked him to stop. He told me he didn't know what I meant, and I told him the memory might have been his favorite Christmas memory, but I hated it. I did not look back fondly on it. Ah. He asked me he asked me why I didn't like it. I told him because I had wanted one last Christmas memory of just the two of us. I said even an hour would have been better, but he ruined it by including them. He said he thought I understood why they were included, and I said no. He just didn't want to accept that I was mad about it. He told me it was important to cement family bonds, and I told him if I could, I would gladly forget that memory. He got mad and told me I didn't need to try and shame him for loving that memory. I told him I just wanted him to stop bringing it up to me. He's demanding an apology and he told me I am selfish for saying a memory was ruined because we included our family. I told him he will never understand, and I hang up on him. He messaged me after and told me he still wants the apology and for me to get over myself. Am I the a-hole? This is really good for you because like you definitely know, right?
He is an ale, yes.
There it is. Stir the pot. Stir the pot.
He is the
Right?
ale.
Because,
Well, I mean, first of all, his father is his father, and I'm old. Respect is an issue, but I think respect is still here. I think there are a lot of people who respect their parents and respect the heck out of people that have lived longer and they understand it is not your business to ruin somebody else's memory. You know, it's your father. Your father has a memory. Your father's not going to be here much longer. Let him have it. I mean, you just take one for the, what do you call it?
Take one for the team?
Take one for the team.
Okay, now let's stir the pot because it's my turn now because I'm always like the devil's advocate as the kid, right? So I've seen a lot actually on social media on the advert of like people not having a close relationship with their parents. And you can see the divide between like, you know, with the parents, like, you know, I don't understand why my children doesn't want to see me. And the children saying it's just like, I don't understand why they don't understand. So with that said, right, I had a very complicated relationship with my parents. I'm also the first generation for my parents here when we moved to the country. So there's like this different kind of experience that I have than my youngest sister. Like our memories are completely different because
Well, you two different people.
yeah, because like we live in the same household, but we also have like two different memories for everything because she was the baby and I'm the oldest. So as the oldest, and also in an Asian culture, you know, I brunt a lot of the responsibility. So like to my youngest sibling, I'm like a mother figure and a sister figure at the same time.
That makes sense.
So there's some memories that like I can see why my parents are fond of. So when they talk about it to other people, they have fun with it. But there are those memories that I grew up with knowing that I did not have fun because I was forced into a situation that I didn't want.
Oh, I see.
So let's just this is not what happened to me, but let's pretend that like a kid who's introverted, right, do not want to have a party. They want to have like a close kind of like friends, like, you know, I want to go to my friends to the movies and then have, you know, lunch with them or dinner with them or go to the mall. But then if your parent says, well, I think a party will be more fun and they're more extroverted and they have friends and they invite their friends and they invite their you know, their friends' kids. And then sometimes you don't get along with them, right? So you get forced into a social dynamic that you neither ask, you already said no to, and you're getting forced into. So the memory of your parents are, oh, when she was 9, we had this like fun party, and we had a petting zoo, and we had a cake, and everybody was there, and we sang her happy birthday. But that kid's memory is of, I didn't want that. All I wanted was just to hang out with my friends. I don't like being around too many people, right? It was like very stressed out, very anxiety driven to be put in a situation as a 10-year-old. You know what I mean? It's not that it's their parents' fault, because I think like as a parent, you do as best as you can with the knowledge that you have. I have no judgment for any parent.
Can I say
Right.
something?
Yes.
I think that people are just too tender.
So let's stir that pot a little bit.
I'm
No,
telling
it's
you
just
for
like-
real. People are just too tender. I mean, why would you get upset over something that would, not you, but this person, why would they get upset over something that's going to be, it's a memory. It's going to go away. It's not going to rule the rest of your day. It's going to end.
Well,
So the best
Yeah.
part for me, this is how I live my life, because my life wasn't by any means the picture, okay?
Yeah.
But I learned very quickly on that my life, if I wasted time being angry or upset about something that was being said, I wasted so much time when I could have been happy. That's how I did it. But that's me. That's
Yeah.
not everybody else
no, I
around.
think that's also like, personal preference. But I think like this is also like a very generational differences.
yeah.
Because even like now, how I see like how my friends and my sister would parent and how I would parent. Like, I mean, I wanted to be like a cool parent, but then I realized I'm a lot more conservative than I thought I'm gonna be. And that's when I realized of like expectations versus reality. But there's also that thing of like, I understand that my parents had to do what they had to do when I was a child, but now as an adult, because they've always seen me as their kid, they're still doing that same things. And sometimes
they haven't stopped their behavior with
No.
you?
well,
Oh my.
it's not as bad as it used to be. But then I think culture has to do with that. Generations has to do with that. That like I think it's a very prominent thing in like an Asian culture.
Right, excuse
So
me.
like I think the problem is that
apologize.
not everybody has a very welcoming family, right? So sometimes, and you know this, family relationships are complicated.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes we need to step away as an adult because like they don't see you as an adult. They see you as still somebody younger than them.
That is so very true. I
'Cause
tell my kids like that all the time. I don't even know their ages because every time I look at them, I know their birth dates.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but to me they'll always be my babies.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like for example, it's like my husband grew up in a very lucky environment where he actually, has like loving parents and, but when he makes decisions, they tend to kind of just like, not derail but bulldoze away because like they feel like, this is what we did when we were in your like. I'm like, I mean, that's cute and everything, but it's 2024 now. That's not how it works anymore.
cute and
you know what I mean?
everything.
They still,
Yeah,
they
I do.
still print out their good, like they print out maps still,
They do.
directions. They don't even do Google Maps still, and I think it's like so adorable.
It
But
is.
also, I'm just like, they still don't understand Google Maps, So like sometimes like their advice like are like kind of outdated. So just like we just accept it, but like we don't really take it.
The real truth is they print out the Google map for a reason. For in case your internet goes out and you don't have the map. You see, you have a printout of what the map should look like so
do
you
that.
know where you're going.
Every time we don't use the Google Maps, I get stuck in an accident every single time. Okay, so
Okay.
it's like I think also like whenever we do like am I the a-hole when it comes to like parents and stuff.
Oh, do they give you waters and all that stuff? They like pack you up, make sure that you have snacks and a blanket and all that? Because I do that. Don't worry, you'll be fine. And a jacket and everything, and hats and gloves, because if you get caught, especially going to Colorado, you know.
Oh yeah, no, it's cute. Like they always be bringing like 5 jackets, you know.
The only thing I don't do anymore is give the McDonald's gift card.
No, it's just like I said, it's just like make sure you guys get gas, and I'm just like, yeah, we already do that. Like we're actually, you do know that we're in our 40s, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
we're not like we're okay, we're fine.
Yes.
It's gonna be okay. Like we travel outside of this country, even, so I think we're gonna be fine.
Yes.
You know?
All parents pride themselves on being better than their parents. So if
Yeah.
we think of something extra, it's because we feel we're extra.
Yeah.
We feel we're giving you that, that survival, that whatever it is. I mean,
That's the difference, because like if I have kids, I mean even with my nephew now, it's like I apologize, like if I do something wrong. But that's the thing, it's just like that's something I would never hear from my mom. My mom would never apologize to me. It's just
Oh,
like
no.
that's just a generation thing and a culture thing, and I understand that and I get that. And when she doesn't, I just like, well, let's just give each other a little bit of time, because we need a little bit of separation for a little bit.
So what's your
You know.
answer to this problem that this person?
The thing is that there need to be some, like you have to meet in the middle. The dad also have to understand that like like I think also like what parents don't understand is that when your children are adults, they now have a choice to see you or not see you. So if you're making their life harder, or making them feel like their memories are not real memories, and like their feelings are not their feelings, and it's not adequate enough, you're also telling them that like your perspective is wrong.
That's not nice of them to do that at all. Period.
Exactly. Like even if you're a parent, and then because like I said, it's just like it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have. It's parents, friends, relationship, romantic. Is that you also have to acknowledge, their daughter's feelings of like, she's not saying to like not like that memory. It's just like stop telling that memory to me when I'm telling you like, no, that was like really, really traumatizing to me. My mom just died. See, think about it. It's just like my mom just died. I wanted this one memory of you and me in the lake. You couldn't even deliver.
Well, yeah.
Like you can also like be like that, and like I said, it's just like you also have to understand that like as your children is getting older, they have choices now. You also have to give them reason on why they want to visit you.
It's the hardest thing in the world to do, is to walk away from them and not want to help them.
Yeah.
Because we're so used to helping.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like when you're an adult, and this is something I respect my kids. I respect them. And if they ask me not to say a story, I won't.
Because then you also have to like realize that like when you create a child with no boundaries, that goes across the board.
It does.
You know what I mean? And it's like now you created a person who doesn't know boundaries. So, but that's like our tea for today. Please contact us somewhere in here.
That was some deep tea.
Yeah, it's a good tea.
Yeah,
That was a really, really good tea.
it was.
Yeah. But that's for us. We will see you next week.
Bye.